Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first video for the year. It's 2019, it's going to be a big Super Rugby season. It's a World Cup here in front of us and we've got a lot to talk about. So this is the first of the talking points videos. There's going to be a lot through the season, so let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to subscribe as well and to follow this channel, and please tell as many people about it as possible. Okay, well here goes. The talking point today is Lood de Jager. Good choice for Bulls captain or not? In short, I think Lood de Jager is a great captain for the Bulls as well. Pote Human's made a very astute choice, and these are my 5 reasons why. Number 1, Lood is a straight talker. I remember in the World Cup in 2015, that horrible day in Brighton where the Springboks lost to Japan. It was a horrible day in Springbok rugby. We were all shell-shocked. Came to the mixed zone. The players have to walk through the mixed zone afterwards, have to pass by all the journalists, and players just didn't want to come out. They were hiding, they were embarrassed, and rightly so. But one of the guys who came out straight away, who wasn't hiding, and look, he's a rather big guy, so it's difficult for him to hide, I suppose, was Lood de Jager. And Lood came out and he was quite honest about how embarrassing the defeat was. He even didn't mince his words, he didn't use cliches, he just said it was terrible performance, which never have lost. This is embarrassing for Springbok rugby. And he did the same a couple of days later outside St James's Park, where they faced the media again before the next game against Samoa. A tough game, a real pressure game for the Springboks at that point. So he came out there and he faced the music. So I think he'd probably do the same. He's not a guy to mince his words. He's going to talk straight to these players, and I think that's going to be exceptional, a good thing for the Bulls this season. He's probably one of the most well-respected players in the team. He's a guy who's really does that extra bit. Pote Human asked him to do the lineouts last season when he was injured, and he was the guy who arrived first every single time. He won the admiration of the management. He won the admiration of his teammates as well for his hard work. He was the water boy during the games, and he really put in a lot of extra work where he didn't really have to. Some players just go off and do their rehab, but he really put in extra work. So I think that's going to help him a lot. He knows the management well. He's worked in the management environment. He knows what Pote Human wants, and he knows what his teammates want as well. Number 3, other candidates. If you look at it, Schalk Brits and Dwayne Vermeulen both arrived with very big reputations, a wealth of experience, and both are captaincy candidates in their own right. Both of them have led teams before, and both, especially in Dwayne's case, led the Stormers. But you know, for those guys to arrive at Loftus, have not played a game, and take over the captaincy, might have been a bridge too far. I think that's the one thing Pote wanted. He wanted somebody who's familiar in the squad, with the management trust, who fits in well in the squad. He doesn't have to find his place and lead the team at the same time. So I think that's why Schalk Brits and Dwayne Vermeulen didn't get the nod there. And I think that's also good because they're going to be part of the leadership group. They're going to have a voice in the team, and they will help him along as well. But I think that's the one thing about the Lood is he'll rely on these guys. And he said it himself in interviews this last week. He'll really rely on these guys. Number 4, Lood is a guy who leads from the front. He's a strange type of play. He looks at times a bit, I suppose goofy is about the best word, because he's just such a big guy, and he's sort of a very loping frame of it. He's been a hell of a nice guy in the team. But he's a guy who only knows to play one way, lead from the front. He knows the only way that players are going to respect him is by doing his job on the field, by leading from the front and helping his team go forward the whole time. If he does that, if he doesn't have to be a captain who talks a lot, but if he leads from the front, players draw inspiration from him. And if players draw inspiration from him, they'll start going forward as well. And remember, he's got a big leadership group there as well, and that'll help him as well. Lood knows that if he does his work well in the set pieces, in the lineouts, in the scrums, and he wins the majority of the ball, and he calls the right lineouts, he's a guy who's going to really be good for the team as well. And players will take that inspiration. And he's a type of guy, he tends to get these line breaks, and once he gets past guys as well, he's got a turn of speed for a lock, which we don't often see. So I think if he leads from the front and his game's on song, the Bulls will follow. And number 5, the other thing is, nowadays teams don't rely on one single captain. The captain's there to be the voice, to do the media interviews, to do things like that, but they rely on the collective leadership group. And in this leadership group, there are guys like Dwayne Vermeulen, 40-odd tests, Schalk Brits, who's years of experience there. There's Andre Pollard, there's Jesse Kriel, both very experienced in their own right, Springboks as well. You've got a guy like Ergie Snyman, who's one of the rising stars as well, Trevor Nyakane. Some really big talent there, and senior guys who are now coming to their own right and should be in leadership positions. So they'll be in the leadership collective, those guys. They'll have a voice. There's Burger Oerendal, last season's captain as well, who also have a voice as well. And nowadays, if that senior leadership group is successful and there's cohesion there and there's continuity there and they all listen, they speak with one voice, well then Lood's job's going to be easy, and I think any captain's job will be easy in that. So to me, that leadership group is a very important part as well, and if that's successful, Lood will be successful. Of course, none of this is set in stone. The team still has to win, the team still has to do well, and they've got to play a brand of rugby that brings people back to Loftus. But given that, I think it's a good choice that Lood de Jager is captain, and I think we're going to see a lot from him this season. And hopefully, if his form is right and the Bulls' form is right, we have another Super Rugby team that does well. I think South Africa needs collective Super Rugby strength this season, especially in the World Cup year. That was the secret in 2007. I think, yeah, it's all very well to ask the Springboks to do that, but you need that strength at Super Rugby level as well. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, please do the subscribe button at the bottom and the bell over there for the notifications if you want to see when new videos come up. There'll be a bunch of them coming through this season, so please have a watch and let me know. Leave a comment below, let me know if you liked it or not. I really always appreciate the comments. So okay, until the next talking point, chat soon.